Real Estate are an American indie rock band from New Jersey. They were formed in 2008 and are still going. They have some members and some past members, and they have produced 5 studio albums. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of the album Days by Real Estate, which was their second studio album. It was released in 2011. And it's my first time listening to this album, but it's the second Real Estate album that I've reviewed on this channel. If you're just dipping in and you don't know about my channel, then let me very quickly tell you that I have found a list which is from an amalgamated from a load of critics list at a website called Acclaimed Music, and which claims to have a list of the 3,000 best albums of all time. And I decided I was going to review my way through them from number 3,000 going all the way upwards. And we're at number, at position 1898. So we're a bit over 1,000 through, bit over a third of the way through. If you're interested in what I'm doing, please do subscribe to the channel and click that thing. That means you get notified and all that sort of stuff. If you're just upping in, obviously, I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. No. Let's get on to the review then. So, this is. So I tend to do a few of these reviews back to back. I listen in batches, I record in batches, and then I release roughly a day at a time. And so I set up these playlists in the car, and so this is back to back with the album The Pains of Being Pure at Heart by the band, The Pains of Being Pure at Heart. And when it transitioned from one to the other, I hardly noticed, I have to say. In retrospect, I can hear the difference between the two, but the thing that it has in common is kind of dreamlike vocals. So this album was actually even more dreamy. So I would describe this as being Jangle pop with muted dreamlike lyrics, which are kind of reverbed quite a lot, and then they're low in the mix, so they're kind of hard to hear, the vocals. Everything else is kind of smoothed over, so there's not a great deal of presence to the music. It's all done in a kind of way, except for the jangly guitar, which has got this kind of, I want to use the word sweet for the sound, but not sweet as in necessarily good, sweet as in kind of the harmonics that are used in there. The tone of it is quite high frequency, mid high frequencies, and it's quite, this jangly guitar is quite dominant. So compared to everything else, it's there's quite a lot of it. In some ways, it's got quite a 60s sound. So there's strong vocal harmonics going on. There's this jangly guitar, and it kind of at points reminded me of a very specific song, Turn, Turn, Turn by the Birds, if I got that right. Certainly Turn, Turn, Turn. And but then played through paper bags to give it take the edge off it and make it less crispy, more kind of mushy. And then I thought, well, this is music suitable for browsing in a shoe shop. And I wasn't really sure why shoe shops, but it really kind of vividly came to me. Maybe that's because shoes are not that exciting or interesting in themselves, in my opinion. And so this, in my opinion, would not inadvertently be more interesting than the shoes. I think this is just a way of saying it's okay. It's just not very interesting. I'm not really sure what the songs are about. The most interesting thing about the album is there's some interesting rhythmic elements. There's some time signatures. There's some line lengths. They've got odd, different length bars in different places. So they're playing about with the timing stuff a bit more, but everything else. So yeah, I realise that this is a thing I just don't like, particularly this kind of muted feel. I know that it is a sound that has been around for a while. What are we, 2011? Yeah. And maybe it's, a reaction against music that's just really popping and, so modern pop music really is attention grabbing. And the stuff that's gone in the opposite direction. And so you've had dream pop and you've had shoegaze and stuff that goes in that kind of less demanding of you kind of way, less grabby of attention. but I'm not a huge fan of most of that. I've heard some that I've liked, but this isn't one of it. So it felt to me like it was kind of sweet feeling. It's got a lightness to it. It felt like marshmallow for me, with grains of sugar in it. And the grains of sugar specifically are the jangly guitar. So it's kind of sweet and soft and inoffensive, but possibly to the point occasionally of it's so inoffensive that it's problematic. So I'm not a fan, but I can hear some small merits in here. It's not a great score from me, and I realise that there will be people who absolutely love this, and I can see what the characteristics are that might make you love it, but they're not characteristics that make me love something. So, everybody's different. However, having said all that, I would love to know what you do think of it. So please either agree with me, or even better, disagree with me, or tell me what you think of this album. Leave me a comment. Well, that's it from me for now.